Would you like to see another dip movie? I think I would. So here's my idea for the dip movie. 4 friends, they go search for the holy grail of all dips. The dipmocracy. We go to big major cities, small towns, and we just try to find the best dip of all. Okay? But we run along trouble. Run into some trouble. Not like, make it like Dumb and Dumber meets the Dip Run and combine it all together, okay? But like, we go to the airport because we're about to embark on a great journey, right? But these friends we all live in different states, so we have to go. To one state, which California. We meet in California, and we drive all the way to Maine, right? But along the way, on one of our trips to the airport, we find a briefcase that somebody was waiting there just to hand me because the person, okay, is dressed like another person that's supposed to have the money. And somehow, the guy that gets intercepted has the same exact nickname as the guy that's supposed to have it, right? That's the package is intended for. But he gets the suitcase and asks what in it. He's like, have fun on your journey, right? That's like the code word. And his password is, okay, thanks. I will. So he gets on the plane with the briefcase, and he flies to California. And one of the buddies is like, what's in the suitcase? In the briefcase? Like, I don't know, I just got it handed to me. But as the guy is boarding the plane, the real guy shows up. Okay? He's like, where's the package? He's like, I gave it to somebody else to fit in your description. He's like, no. But here's a twist. We use the guy that intercepted the package as that same guy in makeup, right? So, prosthetics over their face, whatever. And, we pan back. Whoever gets on the plane, he goes, shoo, flies there. Like I said, they ask what's in the briefcase. We don't know. It's locked. They don't know what it's for. And the guy that's supposed to intercept the package asks the person that gave the buddy the package, right? Like, you went that way, right? And he runs off to that terminal and finds out the plane left. And he looks, finds out, and then he calls his buddies like, we gotta go to somewhere in California, LA. Let's just say that. So they shoot off to LA. Okay. They get there. The buddies are already packed and they're about to hit the road And along the way, they get in a fight, throw the package. When they start running out of money, they have enough money to fill the gas tank, and with the gas prices now, it's a big sum of money that they have already. So two of the friends are like, we want to go back, chill there, because we don't have enough money to get up and go anywhere else. Because they backtracked, and now they're in San Diego. I don't know. Hold on, let me think. They're in Oregon, right? They took the wrong turn while the others were asleep. They end up in Oregon. You guys are like, huh? Did we already make it back? Did we make it to New York or wherever, Maine? And the guy's like, no. We're in Oregon? I'm like, fuck. Well, whatever. And they start getting pissed, right? So the buddy I got the briefcase and whatnot, him and another friend, decide they don't want to go anywhere, right? They want to keep trekking on. And so the buddies that want to leave, they throw the shit out. Cracks the briefcase wide open. And there it is. $3 million in a briefcase. They're like, boys, we got enough money now. So they get back, they drive to the nearest gas station, fill up, and pack up. And they sail off. Next stop they make, they stop and they try to find, they ask people, what's your most sold tobacco product? And I tell them, and oh, okay. What's your most sold chewing tobacco? And they told them they bought it, right? And they try it, and they're like, Now, one of them is a YouTuber, influencer, I should say. And they're like, start making video, right? Prop their phone up, and they start their whole big old show right there in the car. And they're like, oh yeah, we gotta try this. I got this. Since it's called a Dipmocracy, and it's my failed podcast title, four friends make the podcast. Podcast becomes, very listened to, or very very popular. And they decide they're going to make a movie. Or, no. They all meet and go on this journey. And then all this shit happens with the briefcase and everything else. And so they get there. They're all got their headsets on. They're podcasting. And they discuss it, while we're on our trip to find the Holy Grail of the dips, we found, let's say, one stop they made was Grizzly, Grizzly Wintergreen, right? They make the podcast about it, describe it. But I mean, we get to where they make Outlaw dip, and we somehow find out Outlaw listens to the podcast, and he loves it, right? So we get a tour of the facility, and we get free cans. And they just keep going and going and going and going and going. They run into Darcy. and then Chris Dips, then Jesse Ryan. Fuck, even what's his name? Kenny from Redneck TV. They run into Upchurch. Anybody else you can really think of. And then, while they get to one of the buddies stops in one of their states. They stop near his hometown where he lives. And all of a sudden, bam, something hits, right? Some kind of like injury from his parents or something. So he's like, guys, I gotta go home. So they stay there, you know. And while they're there, they hear a broadcast. Or not a broadcast, they look on their phones, they're scrolling through whatever social media. One of them was on TikTok, one's on Facebook, one's on Twitter, and whatever, Instagram. They find out that they're going to stop making tobacco. I mean, they're going to stop making dip, right? So they're like, oh fuck, we're fucked. So one suggests, well, hey, why don't we just start vaping, become a vape? And they're like, vape? Democracy? That don't sound right. They're like, smoking cigarettes? What are we going to call it? Sigmocracy? And just go back and forth, back and forth. They're like, you know what? We need to finish this trip before it's all sold out. And their mom's like, or whoever's like, go on and finish your trip, honey. So they go finish their trip, right? And they finally hit Maine. But somehow they end up in the tip where the countries meet, Canada and the US, right? And they're like, what the fuck are we doing in Canada? And then one of them says, a little detour, boys. They go up there, and they find it. Stuff they'd never heard of before. They're like, we gotta try this. They try it. And they don't know, it's infused with LSD or something. And they go on this big ass trip. Like, high trip, not the trip they're already on. Right there in their car during the podcast, so it's all recorded. And finally, after the trip, they're like, fuck it, we're done. So, they find it, they stockpile on it, right? And then they enter the US. They get caught with it. They test it and find out there's LSD in it. They all get sent to jail. Then a cliffhanger, right? Stops right there. The last scene you see, they slam the jail doors shut. Part 2, called Democracy. The movie Part 2. American Justice, or The American Way. And that's as far as I got so far. kind of been a little fuck you. I haven't written this down yet or anything. I kind of like it. Well, thank you for going on this mindfuck of a journey with me. I'm Fatboy Snyder, obviously. World's sexiest fat boy. Nipple rub. Thanks for packing a fatty fat boy. Obviously. Keep calm and yell. Yeah! I'll see y'all next time.